Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial video on Hyblock. In today's video, we will be covering Hyblock's Open Interest Profile tool. The OI Profile tool contains multiple profile graphs to provide different views on market activity at various traded price levels. This includes size of positions, direction, and if the position is opening or exiting. For those of you who have used Volume Profile in the past, this layout will be very familiar to you. Profiles in general are a powerful and useful tool for determining the important price levels during trading activity. Volume profile is limited to only volume at a particular price, and therefore it doesn't tell whether positions are opening or closing. OI profile can give you that next level of detail and edge. In this video, I will be going through each of the profile graphs that we offer to help you use them when studying the market. I want to start off by saying that this is not financial advice. Everything I say and show in this video is for educational purposes only. To get started, you can see on my screen I'm looking at two profile graphs for BTC USDT. That includes OI profile, open positions only on the left, and my open interest profile on the right. Each of the lines on the graph represents the value of that indicator at different price levels. The graph on the left is filtered by positive open interest values, so when positions are opening. This can be useful if you only want to focus on where positions have opened and ignore where positions have closed. The open interest profile includes both positions that have opened and closed. So you have open positions on the right and closed positions on the left. You can view different profiles we have available in the drop down above. This includes buys and sells profiles and volume profiles. So we can take a look at the buys and sells next. The buys and sells profile is similar to the volume profile, but displays the market buys and market sells separately. So you have the market buys on the right and the market sells on the left. Next, we have buys and sells profile with OI overlay, which also separates the bars by buys and sells, but each side also has two different colors that represent whether OI increased or decreased at that price level. So you can see on the top, we have market buys, but OI had decreased, so therefore the bar is red. And then there's some examples where you have market sells, but the OI is positive, so therefore the bar is green. Lastly, we can take a look at the last two profile graphs, which are our volume profiles. Click on these two here. So the volume profile is the total volume at each price level. And the volume profile with OI overlay is the same volume profile, but the two colors represent whether OI increased or decreased at that price. This is useful when you want to see high volume bars, but that are also linked with a net increase in positions or a net decrease in positions. I'd now like to spend some time to go over some of the other settings. So let's go back to our original graphs. Okay. We support multiple coins across different exchanges, which you can see here. We also have various look back options that range from daily to max available. We can take a look at this setting by clicking on monthly. You can see that the farther I go back, the more noisy and difficult to read the graph becomes. This is where the precision filter becomes very useful. You can aggregate the graph by a range of values to make it more easier to read. So for example, in this one, we can aggregate by every 50 units. And here you can see that the graph becomes much more legible. If I hover my mouse over the graph, you can see I can see the value of each bar across the different price ranges. A common strategy used by traders is to identify where high volume nodes are and then wait for the price to break above or below that node. So in the chart we're looking here, we can see that this would be an example of a high profile node right here. Often there are areas also between these high volume nodes that have little volume and act as liquidity gaps or magnetic zones. So an example of that would be this range right here, where we don't see any bars. So that was my overview of the open interest profile tool. I hope this provided more clarity on how this tool could be used. If you'd like more information, please visit our Academy page. Thank you for your time and see you in the next video. Cheers.